This is a timing toolkit for the B37 engines, BMW and Mini. This one is the camshaft locking tool. It goes, I will show you, like that. That is the crank locking tool once you timed it. This is a very important small piece. This goes through the flywheel and sets the crankshaft timing. On BMWs, you have to use this small adapter. You bolt it on the lower side of the engine bolt, and then this one goes through this and then goes through the flywheel, and then that's how you set the correct timing. On the Mini Cooper, it is on the side of the engine. It goes like there, comes out here, and it locks the flywheel. The BMW is on the other side. You have to bolt the red adapter here, and then this one goes through. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what is the timing toolkit looks like. It is a very basic thing, but without this you cannot do it properly. This one is the fuel pump sprocket removal, and you press out the sprocket, otherwise you have to hammer it, which I would not advise to do. I've seen many people just hammer it out. That's a very dangerous thing. This small thing is for the locking tool to bolt it to the engine block, but I will show everything in situ when I'm working on the car. So how is this working? How is the timing? You will need this special tool. This will lock the camshaft. So now it's on timing upstairs. There are two dots here. I will show you in a minute. Those two dots needs to line with the one dot from the exhaust side camshaft, and then you have to lock the flywheel. This is the part. This is the small tool. Have a look. Now it doesn't fit. We have to rotate the engine too much. Just a little bit more. And now it's in. Look, the small pin is out upstairs, but it is way too tight because the timing chain is so, have a look. It's so loose that the timing is a bit messed up. So it doesn't jump the tooth or anything, but it is stretched quite a lot. That's why it's a bit hard to put. So when I'm redoing the timing and with the new timing chain, this will be much better. But now at the moment, this one is locked. This is top dead center. And this one is there, and the camshafts are locked. What I'm gonna do, just for myself, what I'm doing always, I will mark the front. So even if I'm removing the flywheel, because you have to remove the flywheel in order to remove the timing cover, I will have a reference point. So what I always do, and I know I have the locking tool and I can use that, but it's always nice to have a backup thing. I will just put a sign, for example, this one and this one. So this will not be the final thing. I will check at the end with again the locking tool upstairs and downstairs. But when I'm redoing the timing, this is a nice thing to refer. Do you see? It's a safety, like a backup, if you like. Because now the next thing is to remove all the bolts, and this will come off. So while I'm removing the bolts, or God knows, you rotate it a little bit forward, backwards, I always can check the front, and it will give me peace of mind. So let's undo all the bolts and then yeah, go from there. Very important note: never ever use impact. This one or the bigger one. This stuff could easily remove the bolts. Never. Not loosen, not tighten, never, because it will give shocks to the crankshaft, and these engines are so weak. Crankshaft, everything, bearings, don't do it. It's not that difficult. Take a nice half inch or 3/8, be patient, undo the bolts, and then once they are loose, take the impact and just take them out, but never ever start with that. So now I'd like to show you what the timing is. What does that mean, you know, to put it on timing. So the crankshafts needs to, you know, 2 dots on the exhaust side, 1 on the intake side. If the dots are pointing towards each other, and you can put the locking tool, that means that you are, see, it's freely in, so the top side is on timing. Very important thing: if you rotate the engine 180 degrees, this will still go in, but the dots are not pointing towards each other, so that's not good. It's very important, the 3 dots, and then so at this point the oil pan is removed, the timing is set. Now we're gonna remove the timing cover. Again, please do not use the impact gun. It will be very easy, just bang, 10 seconds, it's up. Don't do that, just be patient, that's it. And then you can use it, put the impact and just speed up the process, but don't use it as the breaker point of the bolt. But it's quite hot. Very hot today. I just put this locking tool in. Let's check our reference point. You see, that is not the correct setting. It's already off, so we are not going to set the timing according to this, because this is not accurate. This is only here to hold the crankshaft while I'm loosening or tightening the bolts. So yeah, this is first thing is to remove the tensioner. It is a 21 mil and the oil pan, and it blocks the flywheel. So let's start removing the bits. Yeah, just like that. Some oil will leak out, but that is okay. be very careful. You always want to take off in one piece.
As you can see, Mini Cooper hates
mechanics or whatever the spring. Make sure that you remove the whole. They somehow managed to install the this bracket leg on the top of the tensioner or guide. So I have to remove it, but then I have to put the engine down. So now we have access to this bolt which holds the plastic guide. The good news is we just have to remove the top one because this one is like a V shape. It just slides in. Very important thing, they use thread lock and go ahead and remove the... We have to clean that before we plastic guide. Look how they that back because it forced damage to the... See the tiny shape already made some grooves. Like I said, you don't need to remove the lower one because this one just slides in, only the top one. So we're gonna put this on a side. Now we can install our bracket back and lift up the engine again so I can work on the lower side. Another very important thing, the fuel pump timing. Please observe this mark. I'm not sure if it's visible on the camera. Inside there is a groove or a marking. This one needs to be spot on with that when you put back the sprocket. So this one needs to be aligned with that groove over
this
there.
one
Needs to be aligned with that groove over there. Ladies and gentlemen, W15 Garage
remove
editing fuel pump sprocket is visible now. This chain will connect it to the crankshaft, and with the holding tool we are confident that we are not putting unnecessary stress on. It is off just like that. So now do you remember the special tool I showed you? This one. It's a very simple but effective way to remove the sprocket. You just take a 13 mil and you just put it in like that. Then you remove the small cap and then you start undoing the knot, and as the sprocket nut is coming out, this one is holding firm. It will force the whole sprocket to come off. Obviously with the timing chain still in it will not be possible. I'm just doing it like that until there is a pop. And that's it. That's it. It is loosened. Now we can continue removing the bits, because we know this one is removed, and we cannot do it the other way around to remove first the guides and the chain, because we need something to counter hold the force. Also, I'm gonna remove the oil pumps bolt. This is a reverse thread, very important. It's a reverse thread, not the usual way around, so be very careful. Very, very careful. So you're gonna switch to in. Just like that. This one is off as well. Leave it like this, reverse takes it in. Okay, next thing, we need to remove our locking tool. Unfortunately, there is a few back and forth lifting the engine, lowering, this kind of stuff, but yeah, what can you do? So the good thing is we don't need the locking tool until we put the new chain in. So now we can focus on removing the other bits. I'm gonna remove the other tensioner. This is a E8, very small. Man, it's very hard to focus, you know, on my talking. Probably I should be just keep quiet and do the work like that. Okay, very important again. Make sure you don't lose anything. It comes off in one piece. We're gonna remove the other, like the other one, just this one is much smaller. Guide, so chain guide, or if possible, I prefer not to use impact tools, just to avoid any damage to the block. This is a very fragile and expensive thing. Unfortunately, I had the experience to find that out with the X3 project, how much a new used block would cost, so we have to be very careful. Probably it takes 10 seconds longer to do it by hand, but then you have your peace of mind that, you know, at least you try to avoid any crackings or thread abusing. Oi! No, it is too early. So I'm not saying this is how you should do it. This works for me. I've done quite a lot. Not Mini Coopers, like I said, BMWs, but it's the same thing. So now, you can go ahead. Very important again, when you put this back, front means back, so it says front. So front is the gearbox side. Front goes like that. Chain is off. You can put this inside. And now, as I showed you, this one is loose. We pressed it out. Now we have to remove our locking tool or press, just like that, using the 13mm head. So we are taking out, apparently together with the bolt. We're gonna use this next time. We are not gonna use that when we are assembling, because it's not necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, the final piece is off. What's left to do is this small, very important piece, the oiling device. Yeah, now I'm gonna use the impact because it's loosened. It just has absolutely no harm to do that. I would like to show you something, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but have a look. Your timing chain life depends. I'm not even sure if you can see one small dot and another one there. Small dots. So if you don't do the oil change in time, these two small dots, probably you can see now, okay? So one is there, one is there. These two here and two on the side. So the oil is being sprayed up and down on the timing chain. So if the oil gets dirty or it clogs the small sprayers, nozzles, if you like, the timing chain will not receive any oiling. And it's like just a motorcycle chain or a bicycle chain. If you don't lube it and, you know, give some lubrication, it will stretch and it will break. So keep in mind, the timing chain lifetime depends on